Hey guys, something a little different today. For those who don't know me very well, I'm a pretty avid reader, and I read a lot of like Stephen King and stuff like that. And I wanted to talk about a book today that scared me more than anything he's ever written, and that is this book here, which you probably can't see, but it is called "If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies," which is a pretty ominous title. It is non-fiction. That's the scary part. What it's about is how we collectively as a species, developing or are trying to develop super intelligent AI, and what the consequences of that would be for us as a species and as a planet. So right now AI is pretty dumb comparatively. And the thing that bothered or the writers and that blew my mind is that the people developing it don't know how it works. They grow it rather than build it. So they literally have no idea how to align it, which means get it to do exactly what they say. So once it gets super smart, so i.e. smarter than us, we're fucked, basically, because we use a lot of resources it's going to want. So the easiest way for it to get its hands on them is to just get rid of us. Yeah. So you're going to hear some people, maybe even in comments, say, there's a chance it's benevolent. I had this conversation with a friend of mine recently. He's like, there's a 50-50 chance it'll be benevolent, this AI. And the authors, which is Eliezer Yudkowsy and Nate Soares. Hopefully I pronounced that right, guys, if you see this, which is very unlikely. But they put forward a pretty good argument that there's literally no chance that it's benevolent. I would also argue, which they don't, but I would argue that if you take a 10-second look at the people who are developing these things, i.e. your Elons, your Zucks, your Sam Altmans, and so on, there's no chance it's benevolent. Like, these are not what I would consider good people. They are greedy. They are selfish. You might even go so far as to say they are sociopathic in their quest for money and power. And so I don't think there's any chance that it's benevolent because they're programming it. And society's really just sleepwalking into this. Everybody's, just making their cute little pictures of them as an anime character, or their Sora videos of, a cat on a balancing ball or some shit. Yeah. That said, though, there's no real point in not doing that because the current model is not very smart. So if you want to keep doing that, keep doing it. I'm not here to tell you not to do that. But yeah, just something I think everybody should be aware of. If you are the sort of person who reads, then I'll put a link below about where you can get this book, and I would recommend it to everyone. It's a good read. It's an easy read. It's not full of tech jargon and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description. I'm not getting paid for this, by the way, as if anyone would pay me to be a book critic. That's hilarious in and of itself. But yeah, the other thing you could read is I'll put a link below as well about AI becoming super intelligent in 2027. They recently revised that to 2029. But once it gets there, really the clock, it's not even that the clock is ticking. The clock's currently ticking. Once it gets to super intelligence, we have a short period of time before we're extinct. So yeah, love to hear your thoughts. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. Let me know in comments if you think the authors or myself are full of shit, or whether you're as worried as I am. And at the end of the day, that just keep living your life as best you can. There was a really good quote that these guys used from C.S. Lewis, which I'll just finish off by reading that. And the quote goes, and this, because when C.S. Lewis was getting on in age, we developed the atom bomb. And that was the big threat for extinction at that stage. So he wrote, "How are we to live in an atomic age? I'm tempted to reply, Why, as you would have lived in the 16th century when the plague visited London almost every year, or as you would have lived in a Viking age when raiders from Scandinavia might land and cut your throat any night, or indeed as you are already living in an age of cancer, an age of syphilis, an age of paralysis, an age of air raids, an age of railway accidents, an age of motor accidents. If we are going to be destroyed by the atomic bomb, let that bomb, when it comes, find us doing sensible and human things. Praying, working, teaching, reading, listening to music, bathing the children, playing tennis, chatting to our friends over a pint and a game of darts, not huddled together like frightened sheep and thinking about bombs. So replace bombs with AI and just live your life and be happy. But yeah, also be aware. All right. Thanks, guys.